If you want to get romantic about it, a planet and its moon are kind of like a couple. Codependent, clingy, always pulling at each other. And like any relationship, it doesn't last forever. Some of these cosmic relationships end with one partner slowly drifting away. Others end in a fiery, catastrophic collision that forever changes everyone involved. When you look up at the sky on Mars, you see this funny-looking moon. It's not a beautiful, round, and silver thing like ours. It actually kind of looks more like a potato. But Mars loves it anyway. Scientists think they'll stay together for about another 50 million years. After that, well, that's what we're here to talk about. Mars is a straight playa with two wives. Moons. Phobos and Deimos. That's Greek talk for fear and terror. Already not a great sign. Phobos is the bigger one, but bigger doesn't really mean big in this case. It's about 17 miles across at its widest. If you dropped it on top of London, it wouldn't even cover a third of it. In fact, the reason why it's shaped like a fat potato with stretch marks is that it doesn't have enough mass for gravity to pull it into a sphere. It just sort of exists. One might even compare it to a captured asteroid rather than a proper moon. Now, here's what makes Phobos even weirder. It orbits just 3,700 miles above the Martian surface. To put that in perspective, our moon sits 239,000 miles away from us, and the International Space Station is 250 miles up. Phobos is absurdly, recklessly close. Closer to its planet than any known moon in our entire solar system. It's so close that it orbits the planet 3 times per Martian day. We were talking about clingy lovers earlier? Yep, Phobos fits the bill. And that's the problem. Okay, so here's where the physics come in. When a moon orbits below a certain altitude, something called the synchronous orbit radius, tidal forces don't push it away from the planet, they drag it closer. The relationship is getting tighter, and tighter, and tighter, and not in a healthy way. In short, Phobos is falling toward Mars, getting about 6 feet closer every century, which might sound like nothing, but it's something, all right. On a stellar timescale, that's a sprint. In just a few million years from now, Phobos will have completely crossed the Roche limit, aka the point of no return. Once it crosses that line, one of two things will happen. Option 1 happens if it turns out that Phobos is solid rock all the way through. It might hold together just long enough to slam into Mars. Let's play the clip again. Yeah, not ideal for the Red Planet, or any humans that might have colonized it by then. However, most scientists don't think that it will go down that way. Yeah, it was a clickbaity title, sue me. No, seriously, Phobos probably isn't solid enough to withstand the Roche limit. It's more like a big pile of rubble and dust, barely held together by its own weak gravity. We think this to be true because it's already showing the strain. So if Phobos isn't solid enough to survive the Roche limit, it won't crash. It'll just come apart. And when it does, all that debris will spread out along its orbital path and form something kind of beautiful. Yep, Mars will get a ring. Not like Saturn's rings, mind you. Saturn's rings are bright, icy, and spectacular. This would be thinner and darker, made of rocky rubble instead of reflective crystals. But still, it's a ring, and that's pretty cool. Models suggest it could last anywhere from 1 to 100 million years before the debris falls to the surface or scatters. If you were standing on Mars, you'd see a thin arc stretching across the sky from horizon to horizon. Kind of visible during the day, but pretty damn majestic at night. Depending on the density of the debris, it might look like an ominous band of rock, blocking out the light in a thin strip. Of course, no human alive today, or in the next million generations, will see this, but it's happening. It's as certain as gravity. Literally. So at this point, you're probably wondering, what about our moon? Same deal? The answer is no. While Mother Earth will eventually divorce our loving moon, it's going to be a tame affair. Our moon orbits way above Earth's synchronous orbit, so the tidal interaction pushes it away. Right now it's drifting from us at about 1.5 inches per year, which is roughly the speed a fingernail grows. It's slow, but it adds up. When the moon first formed, it was maybe 15,000 miles away. Today it's all the way over there, 239,000 miles from us. It's been slowly ghosting us for 4.5 billion years. The good news is that the sun is going to expand into a red giant and swallow the Earth long before the moon gets far enough to cause any ill effects. So, in cosmic terms, this couple will live happily ever after and die before ever getting a chance to truly lose each other. Nice. This was my first video on my first ever YouTube channel, so please let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. If you got any tips and tricks, I'd love to hear them too. I know it's kind of tough to get subscribers with a brand new channel, so if you want to support me or would like to see more content like this, please do click that button. Thanks, and see you soon.